Features of gradient descent algorithm. We know that a gradient descent algorithm, it is applied in order to find out the weight, that is a best weight, so that when the activation function has been applied, the output what we are going to get, it is a best fit output, means the predicted output it is same as that of an actual output. So this we are going to get only when the error is 0. When the error is 0 or when the error is minimum, then we are going to get a predicted output, it is equal to an actual output. So we know that a gradient descent algorithm, gradient in the sense it is the smallest change, and descent it is a decrease in error with respect to gaining a best weight. So we know that in an artificial neural network, gradient descent algorithm, it has been applied for a non-linearly separable data samples. So we have seen an yesterday problem, we have considered the 3 data samples. So for all the 3 data samples, we are going to apply a gradient descent algorithm where we are going to get a global minimum. When we get a global minimum, then we can get a weight. So how the weight is being updated is, here we can see that in a gradient descent algorithm, the weight is considered as a linear unit and the weight is updated in the form of Wi, that is equals to Wi plus delta Wi. So initially we have chosen some random weight, and delta Wi, it is initialized to a 0 value for the first iteration for all the 3 data samples that we have considered. That is, I value it is going to be from 0, 1, 2 and 3. 0 it is a standard value that can be taken, that is taken as a constant, and W1, W2 and W3 it is multiplied with an input, that is x1, x2 and x3, and then it is summed together and an activation function is applied on it to get an output. Now the output, whatever we are getting, if it is an predicted output, so we have to calculate the error. The error or the residual, it is a difference between an actual output and the predicted output. So that is going to give us an error. If the error is less, then whatever is predicted or the output we have got, it is correct. If not, we have to back propagate it, and delta Wi value, what we have initialized it to a 0, there should be a step increase in the value, and that value it is added to an old weight value, and the new weight it is updated and it is been assigned to all the 3 samples. Here at the output we are calculating the sum of squared errors as we have seen in previous video. So we are going to perform the sum of squared errors of all the 3 samples. So that is we have seen in the yesterday's problem. So we have performed the sum of the squared errors or the sum of the squared residuals for all the 3 samples we have considered, or for all the 3 training examples we have considered. Now if I say the feature of a gradient descent, so gradient descent it is used in order to get the weight, and it is performing a searching in a large or an infinite hypothesis space for the best fit weight. Hypothesis space, it is nothing but a collection of many hypotheses or a predicted value of the weight. So here in a gradient descent algorithm, we are going to consider an infinite hypothesis space or a large hypothesis space, because we doesn't know that the hypothesis value, that is the weight value, it can be from W0, W1 up to Wn, depending upon the number of input samples that is being present. So suppose this is a diagram of the gradient descent. Here we have just considered the 2 axes, that is W0 and W1 as the 2 weights, and the vertical axis that indicates an error. So now here the same thing, if we have an n number of weights, then in a gradient descent method it is going to consider an infinite hypothesis space. So the first feature of a gradient descent algorithm is the hypothesis space contains continuously parameterized hypothesis. So hypothesis space in a gradient descent contains a parameter. So the parameter here we are considering is a weight. So here weight is considered as a linear unit. Now how the weight is considered as a linear unit, it is because of this formula, that is Wi, it is equals to Wi plus delta Wi. As I told initially, delta Wi was 0 and the I value, it is going to take it from 0, 1, 2 and 3 for the particular example that I have chosen for predicting the height in the previous video. So this all weight, it will be assigned to all the 3 data samples, and then sum of the squared errors we are going to perform. And again it is back propagated, and there is a step increase in a delta Wi value, and it is added to an old value of the weight, so that we get the present weight value or a new weight value. So again the new weight value, it is assigned for all the 3 samples, and the process is continued. So every time we are linearly increasing the delta Wi value in terms of steps, but here we are not decreasing the values. So that's why weight is considered here as a parameter hypothesis, and it is considered to be as a linear unit. So that is the first feature. So the hypothesis space, it contains a parameterized hypothesis, which is nothing but an weight which is considered as a linear unit. Next feature is the error can be differentiated with respect to these hypothesis parameter. So in a gradient descent, we know that we are going to perform the differentiation of an error with respect to a weight. So here, since the parameter that we have chosen, the hypothesis parameter we have chosen is weight, so that's why we are going to perform the differentiation of error with respect to the weight, that is dou E by dou Wi we are going to perform. So now the same way, the I value, it is going to take from 0, 1, 2 and 3, since in this example I have considered the 3 training examples or the 3 data samples. Next, the difficulties in a gradient descent. So what are the difficulties we are going to face when we apply a gradient descent algorithm? So first difficulty is converging to a local minima can sometimes be quite slow. So first we need to understand what is meant by local minimum. So you can see this diagram. So this is a local maximum value. This is a global maximum value, which is the highest peak of all. Next we have a local minimum values. Next we have a saddle point, it is nothing but a minimax point, and the global minimum, which is the least peak of all the values. So we know that the global minimum is very important for us in order to find out the error. So when we get a least error, then at that time we get a global minimum error. So the least error is called as a global minimum error. So this point we are going to get a global minimum error. In a previous video I have explained that this is a plot of an intercept in an x-axis versus a sum of square of an errors or the residuals in a y-axis. We are going to get a parabolic graph where this point, it is called as a global minimum, where the error is less. When the error is less, the weight is considered to be as a best weight. When the best weight, we are going to get the output, what we are going to get, it is equal to an actual value. That is the predicted value, it is equal to an actual value. So now the difficulty here is the converging to a local minimum. So when we are going to converge the local minimum, means when we are going to combine all these local minimum, at that time we have to consider many hundreds or thousands steps of a gradient descent. Here if we are combining many such local minimum, so it is difficult for us to find out the global minimum, because every step of a gradient descent, so it has to take a smallest steps. In the sense, we are going to get 1,000 steps of a gradient descent. So this is a difficulty we are going to face when we converge such local minimum. Next point is, if there are multiple local minima in the error surface, then there is no guarantee that the procedure will find the global minimum. So when many such local minimums are present, then it will be confusing for us to find out the global minimum, and thus we result in finding out the wrong global minimum. So that's why, so when there is a multiple local minimum on the error surface, then it is very difficult for us to find out the global minimum. So these are the features of gradient descent algorithm along with the difficulties in a gradient descent algorithm. So as of now, understand a gradient descent algorithm, it is the smallest change we are going to do in order to decrease the error along with a finding out of best weight. Now how the weight is being updated, initially we have taken some random weight of Wi, and delta Wi initially it is 0, and this value it is assigned to all the training examples, and we are going to process it, means we are going to apply it to an artificial neural network, and then we are going to get the output. At the output we are going to find the sum of squared errors of all the training examples. So that is a gradient descent.